First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
A drastic change in weather is affecting all of Florida, bringing down our low temperatures into the 40s tonight.
Make sure to bring out those jackets tonight when you are trick-or-treating. Happy Halloween and welcome to First at 5. I'm Hayli Balgobin.
And I'm Nicole Borman. This cold front has left much of Florida feeling that sudden cold air today. You have forecaster Aiden Wacksman here to tell us of how long we can expect these cold temperatures to last.
Yeah, it's not just cold outside, it's also really clear out there. I'll get to the cold in just a second. Take a look at our satellite. All these clouds moving well off to our east. They're actually all offshore. It's just wonderful weather out there right now because we have some temperatures in the high 60s. Beautiful clear skies, actually hitting 70 degrees in Gainesville finally at about the 5 o'clock hour. Took long enough today, and it's also really dry out there. Perfect conditions, but look out because you don't want to be tricked by some of these cooler temperatures we'll be seeing later tonight. Look at this, midnight, about 2 a.m., sinking all the way down into the low to mid 40s. You're actually going to want to make sure to if you have your kids going out to trick or treat tonight, make sure they have multiple layers on because it is going to be that cool out there. Going to be uncomfortable if you take them out and all they're wearing is, if they have, especially if they have like a short sleeve costume, then you definitely want to make sure they have some extra layers. Looking really nice out there though overall. Our low temperatures tonight getting even cooler for those of us north of Gainesville into the lower 40s. I'll let you know just how much cooler it can get for the rest of the weekend and update you on some showers we could see Sunday.
The cold night shelters in Gainesville are open again tonight due to the severe weather conditions. Families can head to St. Francis House and single adults can go to Grace Marketplace. Beds and food will be offered as long as the temperatures stay below 45 degrees.
You're taking a live look at the White House, where just 2 hours ago, a pair of federal judges decided President Donald Trump's administration must continue to fund SNAP using contingency funds during the government shutdown. SNAP is the nation's biggest food aid program. The rulings come a day before the U.S. Department of Agriculture planned to freeze payment. 42 million Americans, including 3 million in Florida, are working to find other ways to put food on the table next month. Democratic state attorneys general or governors from 25 states, as well as the District of Columbia, challenged the plan to pause the program. They told the judges that the administration has a legal obligation to keep it running in their jurisdictions. Families in need agree.
Any man, woman, or child in the United States, the richest country, the most powerful country in the world, should never have to wonder where their next meal is going to come from.
The program serves about 1 in 8 Americans. There's no word yet on if the Trump administration will listen to the judge's order. If benefits do not go out tomorrow, it will be a first in U.S. history.
Families will be losing federal help that puts food on the table starting tomorrow. WUFT's Jessica Wilkinson joins us live in the studio to tell us what one mental health counselor recommends during these stressful times.
As we enter month 2 of the government shutdown, those affected by the impacts are saying it's getting harder to ignore. One mental health counselor we spoke to today says she's finding inspiration in the cuts and is finding ways to reduce stress in her community.
This mother understands the need for government assistance.
I was a single mom. Getting those benefits helped me to continue on my trajectory of supporting myself and my son, as well as being able to better my future.
The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, known as SNAP, provides food benefits to low-income people and families. As funding runs dry, the concern is that people may go hungry or struggle to make ends meet in the coming months. A feeling this now mental health counselor knows all too well.
When you're talking about people who already have stressors that they may feel are challenging or insurmountable, then this just adds to that.
Amy Cummings-Aponte says without SNAP, she wouldn't have been able to finish college or have a career. She believes the cuts could be detrimental for mental health.
I think we're going to probably see a significantly increased amount of mental health issues and struggles.
She encourages the community to reach out.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. Reach out to spiritual communities, schools, friends, family. Pull on those resources.
In her office, you'll find a donation box full of non-perishables and goodies.
Pasta sauce. These are really good.
To give to those affected by the shutdown.
To help my community, honestly. They helped me.
She encourages anyone who wants to help or may need help to stop by.
I didn't speak to anybody who disagreed on the cuts, but the counselor suggested if you have any frustrations, reach out to your local representatives. Live in the studio, Jessica Wilkinson, WUFT News.
Here in our local community, Food for Kids backpack program gear up to be of help to the kids in our community.
So we are prepared, but not panicked about what is happening. We did see our enrollments increase by 12.5% from last week to this week. We are expecting another big jump in the next week and possibly several weeks after that.
Food for Kids is asking for the community to help by donating any perishable items so they can continue to support the kids affected by this unforeseen situation.
For those seeking help, head to WUFT.org for information about where you can receive food and other assistances from nonprofits. The pause in SNAP benefits is putting a strain on local food banks. This is one of our stories for Noticias WUFT that they're working on for their Spanish-speaking audience, and how Floridians feel about daylight savings and why it's still around. Join us for Noticias WUFT right here at noon every Sunday for more stories like this.
Alachua County deputies arrested a man accused of uploading sexually explicit photos of children online. 56-year-old Matthew Green was arrested at his home near Newberry Elementary. Although he lives near an elementary school, deputies have not found any evidence of physical or direct contact with students. Green is facing charges of possession of child pornography and more.
Alachua County deputies stopped a stolen van in a high-speed chase. The van was traveling east on West Newberry Road near the HCA North Florida Hospital. Deputies caught up to the van and arrested 41-year-old Daniel Johnson, who was driving the van with 2 other passengers. They say they found methamphetamine in the driver's wallet. And the Alachua County deputies found another stolen vehicle. A white box truck with an Indiana license plate was reported stolen in Toledo, Ohio. Deputies stopped the truck driving northbound on I-75 past Newberry Road. The driver, identified as 32-year-old Titus Coach, was arrested and charged with grand theft.
A Marion County man was sentenced to life in prison after breaking into several homes. 37-year-old Mitchell Andrew Searle was arrested in December. Deputies say Searle forced his way into 3 homes by kicking in the doors before running off to a nearby McDonald's. When deputies approached him, he hopped into a random car in the drive-thru and elbowed the driver. In addition to life in prison, Searle was sentenced to 2 15-year sentences and a 5-year sentence. We have breaking news. An inmate at the Columbia County Detention Facility was found unresponsive in his cell. Authorities say staff and EMS tried to save him. 64-year-old James Michael Millard was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators say there are no signs of foul play. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is now holding the case.
Early voting for the Gainesville utility referendum starts tomorrow. This vote will decide if the control of the utility stays in the hands of the state-appointed GRU Authority Board or if it'll go back to the city. Mayor Harvey Ward says city control of utilities will put the power back in the hands of the people.
The Gainesville City Commission is always going to be here. We're always responsible to the voters of Gainesville. There is, actual accountability there. If you don't think we're doing a good job, you have the opportunity to hire and fire us when elections come around.
However, the CEO of GRU, Ed Boralski, believes that the current board is better and more efficient at running the utilities. To make your voice heard in the early election, you can vote early this weekend at the Supervisor of Elections office or the Millhopper Branch Library. Election Day is November 4th.
The annual Florida-Georgia rivalry will hit the road for the next few seasons. But before they do that, the teams will suit up one last time tomorrow in Jacksonville. WUFT's Lauren McGill is live from Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. Lauren, the fans are already filing into the River City.
We are officially less than 24 hours away from kickoff here at Everbank Stadium for one of the biggest rivalries in college football. And as the Gators gear up to take on this rivalry, the parking lots are already painted orange and blue and red and black. As they gear up for this matchup, it's going to look a little different, considering that Billy Gonzalez will be the interim head coach to face the Georgia Bulldogs. Still, everyone seems excited here in the parking lots already. I'll be back in about 15 minutes to preview the matchup and let you know what interim head coach Billy Gonzalez can do to pull off the win for the Gators. For now, live from Jacksonville, I'm Lauren McGill, WFT Sports.
There are many family-friendly Halloween celebrations tonight in North Central Florida coming up, where you can get the best tricks and treats. Stick with us.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome back to First at 5. With the temperatures dropping, it seems like the perfect day to go out trick-or-treating.
And many police departments, like the Putnam County Sheriff's Office, are having safe events across the county for families. PCSO is encouraging parents to attend one of their free events, such as Boo on the Avenue from 3 to 5:30 p.m. This is followed by a Palatka Police Department sponsored event where deputies will be present to encourage safe fun. Finally, the 5th annual Trunk or Treat in downtown Crescent City from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
And the fun doesn't stop there. With the Marion County Sheriff's Office sharing their safe and spectacular Halloween party, the event will run from 5 to 8 p.m. with festivities including music, games, prizes, food, and candy for the youngins. The party will take place at Circle Square Commons on Southwest 80th Street and 80th Avenue.
Some furry friends are waiting to say Happy Halloween at Santa Fe's Teaching Zoo's Boo at the Zoo event. Visitors can follow a decorated path throughout the zoo and enjoy treats along the way. There will also be performances, food trucks, and games. To get in, all you need to do is donate one pantry stable food item per person. The event is happening right now and goes until 7 p.m.
Hey, if you're going trick-or-treating tonight, some of these temperatures might give you chills. I'll let you know what you can expect for the next couple of days, too, coming up in just a minute.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Guys, I think the scariest thing to happen this Halloween is the fact that the weather is going to be in the 40s tonight. That's wow.
I promise those goosebumps will be there and the chills will be all around.
Yeah, guys, listen, I'm going as Goku for Halloween, and this cold front that came through was Super Saiyan. Let's go take a look at our campus cam right now. We got beautiful clear skies out there. It's 70 degrees. It's great right now. It's going to get a lot cooler a bit later. Thanks for bearing with these terrible Halloween puns, by the way. Much appreciated. Thanks for joining us tonight. Very light winds from the west right now, and that should continue throughout the rest of the night. Really dry conditions out there. It's just wonderful right now, but we are expected to cool off a lot as we head into those overnight hours. Around 70 degrees for most of us, 69 at the airport here in Gainesville, 69 in Bronson, all of us staying in those high 60s, maybe getting around 70, but lucky to even get to that mark today. We got a lot of dry air around. That cold front that came through really pulling in this dry air that's been sticking around with us for a little bit. We also have some cooler air rolling in too, because we have those winds coming from, we had winds actually earlier today coming from the north and the northwest, and that's really delivering some of that cooler air to our area. And why we're seeing some of these ridiculously low temperatures, our dew points also staying really dry. For perspective, about 50-55 degrees is normally considered quite dry outside, but for those of us in Live Oak and Lake City, 39-37 degrees, so really dry weather outside. Might want to be careful if you do plan on burning anything out there because of those dry conditions. Your trick-or-treating forecast tonight looking really good. At that 8 o'clock hour, though, is when things start to get cooler. You'll want to make sure the kids have a couple of extra layers on because it is going to be that cold outside. These are temperatures also, or low temperatures, that are at least 10 degrees below what we normally see. If we look at the rest of the low temperatures for north central Florida, Lake City at 41, those of us north of Gainesville mostly staying in the low 40s. Those wind chills could actually enter into the high 30s as well, so feel-like temperatures cooling off a little bit. Even 8-mile-an-hour winds can increase or decrease those feel-like temperatures by up to 5 degrees. These spooky low temperatures continue all the way through the next couple of days. Sunday, right now, we're saying about 50 degrees, but I would be too surprised. It was actually a little bit higher than that because we'll have a little bit more cloud cover, and that should warm things up a little bit heading into early next week. Florida, Georgia tomorrow should be a great day for football. We're just talking really nice, really clear weather, not dealing with those really cool temperatures as well because it's during the daytime, about 3:30 kickoff, so 71 degrees at halftime, 70 degrees at kickoff, just looking like a really great day for football out there in Jacksonville. We'll time that forecast out for you in full. Wake up, if you're going early in the morning, you're definitely going to want to have that jacket ready. 43 degrees in Gainesville and even cooler up to our north. We have some clouds rolling in maybe around 12 o'clock, but still really nice tailgating weather. To the east, those clouds rolling in around the 3:30 hour, but no rain. That shouldn't be a problem for us heading into the rest of game day. And coming back home, again, might want to have an extra layer out because of those cooler temperatures. Sunset in Gainesville, 6:43 p.m., and we'll have daylight savings time coming to an end, meaning those sunsets are going to be an hour earlier, an hour extra of sleep, but you're going to have to get used to those early sunsets. It's going to be very different to get used to. It always is every year. I'll have one final look at the weather coming up in about 10 minutes or so.
The city of Gainesville is celebrating love and unity at this year's Pride Festival.
It's an event for everyone in the family to attend and show their colors. This year's theme, Pride is a Protest, celebrates the fight for equality and the unity in the community. It's taking place this Saturday from noon to 8 p.m. at Bo Diddley Plaza. The event features local vendors, live entertainment, and a family-friendly play area. President of the Pride Community Center, Don Smith, says that he wants the event to be a welcoming and safe day for attendees.
I'm really looking forward to the community coming together and really experiencing the love and the camaraderie that goes with what Pride represents.
A downtown road is getting another name during the festival. The road from Northeast 1st Street to Southeast 1st Street is now also known as Terry Fleming Street. The roadway was named to honor the local LGBTQ activist who died in 2020.
Coming up in sports, Florida football heads to Duval County to face off the Georgia Bulldogs. WUFT's Lauren McGill is live in Jacksonville to give us a look at the game day environment. It's Friday, and that means Friday Night Lights. WUFT's Hannah Getman previews the in-town rivalry matchup. That's all coming up in sports right after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Happy Halloween, everyone. I'm Jordyn Banks. Welcome back to sports. The unranked Florida Gators are heading up to Jacksonville to take on the number 5 Georgia Bulldogs in the SEC rivalry matchup. This matchup brings a lot of questions on the status of the Gators, and WFT's Lauren McGill is live giving us a rundown of this historic matchup. Lauren, how will the environment be for the Gators after the rough start of the season?
The stage is set here at Everbank Stadium for one of college football's biggest rivalries, Florida-Georgia. But it is going to look a little different for the Gators this year as they'll take the field under interim head coach Billy Gonzalez, following the dismissal of Billy Napier. Still, for the Georgia Bulldogs, Kirby Smart and them really have nothing else to face, except for their SEC title and going for their 5th straight win over the Florida Gators. And the Gators will have some key injuries on their availability report, including wide receivers Aiden Mizell and Renell Brown III, as well as defensive backs Aaron Gates and Dijon Johnson. But just as Gonzalez told the media this week, there is no quit in this team's DNA. So they'll be taking the field tomorrow here at Everbank, and a win for the Gators could be the reset on this season that they need. Live from Everbank Stadium, I'm Lauren McGill, WFT Sports.
Game time is at 3:30 p.m., but catch Gator Game Day at 2 p.m. on the CJC YouTube channel and follow up on WRUF.com. A Halloween edition of Friday Night Lights features an in-town rivalry matchup between Gainesville and Eastside High School. WUFT's Hannah Getman has more on how the Hurricanes are preparing to keep their momentum rolling into the spirited crosstown game.
It's go time for Hurricane football. The team looks to end the year on a high note after fighting through a rebuilding season. Gainesville started hot, winning 2 of their first 3 games, but in recent weeks, they've struggled to stay in the win column. Head coach Ian Scott is looking for 4 quarters of unity from his team Friday night.
We're just trying to continue to work on consistency. You know, we got guys that are getting a lot of experience this year that hadn't had it previously, and just trying to figure out a way to put 4 quarters together of our best football. So that's been the focus.
Despite the adversity, the energy is at an all-time high in practice and in the locker room. Last year, the Rams shut out the Canes, adding extra motivation this time around. Sophomore athlete Anthony Jenkins says his team has fun, but knows they need to bring the energy come game time.
A lot of tension. We come out here, we joke sometimes, but we all got to get it done. Come with the energy.
Gainesville looks to beat Eastside for the first time in 4 years. A win would mean a lot to the team, especially the seniors. Coach Scott hopes to send them off on a positive note.
And obviously the results haven't been what we had hoped for this year, but they've meant a lot to this team and our school, and hopefully we can send them out on a positive note.
The Rams and Hurricanes fight for bragging rights and a final regular season win tonight. Kickoff is at 7:30. For WUFT Sports, I'm Hannah Getman.
Other games to watch out for the regular season wraps up. Vanguard takes on rival Forest High School. Vanguard currently holds the #1 spot in the 4A District 5 standings. The 6-3 Santa Fe Raiders face against the 7-2 Weeki Hornets. And the Buchholz Bobcats hit the road to West Palm Beach to take on Cardinal Newman. Moving to the Diamond, Gator baseball has taken a few blows over the past few weeks. Interim head coach Chuck Girolman has announced his departure from the program to accept a coaching position at the University of Tennessee. This comes just days after Kevin O'Sullivan stepped down from his duties as head coach. Pitching coach David Kopp and assistant coach Taylor Black will serve as co-head coaches for the remainder of the season. Gator Swim and Dive took on Georgia in their two-day dual meet. Last night, they built early leads through diving and select swimming events. Maria Garcia earned first place on the springboard in both the 1 meter and 3 meter. The men were ahead 93-36 and the women 99-25 as they entered the full slate of swimming events today. Wrapping up with sports, Gator men basketball, Alex Condon named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award preseason watch list. Condon has already picked up preseason AP All-America and first team All-SEC. Going into the 2025-2026 season. Stick with us. Aiden has one final look at the weather.
If you're out trick-or-treating with the kids, and get ready for some rain on Sunday evening. You might want to have that umbrella ready around that time.
Thank you, Aiden. A nice cool weather for a spooky holiday. Thanks for joining us. We're back here on Monday for another edition of First at 5.
For your North Central Florida news is always on at WUFT.org.